And you know what that means, like I know what you're doing right now, and it's disgusting and you should stop it. That's so inappropriate. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our Rimworld French People playthrough. In the last episode, the main thing of note is probably that we got our kitchen and our freezer up and running. This is really great. We needed to start food production for our colony. Now, the only issue I have here is the tiling that I used in the freezer. I kind of hate it, so we're probably going to change that in the future. We also laid out the groundwork for storing some batteries. That way we can have more consistent power throughout the base, and we can move away from using our wood fire generator. Additionally, in the last episode, our yak started to meander off the map, so we kind of scrambled and put it in our stone cutting area as a temporary barn. In the last episode, I laid out the groundwork for a larger barn to accommodate the animal, but we're probably going to change that in this episode. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then the final thing of note is that 2 of our colonists have gotten the flu, which is just a little problematic and is going to slow down our process over the coming days. With that though, everyone, welcome back to the series. French is out cutting wood. So in the last episode, as I said, we had our yak, which we had previously not built a pen for, and it started to wander off of the map. So in a scramble, we grabbed it, we put it in our woodshed, and then we said, okay, we're going to build a proper barn for this animal, and I've changed my mind. I don't want it here. What I want to do here, so I was thinking, because we have our kind of like apartments right here, I wanted the same thing posted on the other side with a walkway in between. So instead of having a barn here, I want another 3 apartments that we can use when we expand our colony. That way everybody's in close proximity. It'll be a little bit better for running power and things like that. Plus, I think it will look a little nicer, and my colonies historically have looked really bad. So I want to fix this. We're going to cancel all of this, and we're going to have to deconstruct this wall. So that's something, but that did give us, of course, our wood back. So, if I recall, we didn't have enough wood to fully construct a barn. And I don't really know where to put this barn. I just don't want it here. This I want to be my little, like, residential area. And in the last episode, we talked about why we used walls instead of the fences. And that's because the predators can come through the fences. Now, the fences are very cheap. They require very few materials compared to proper walls. And they are outside, so the grass and whatnot will regrow for our animals to eat it and things like that. And I don't love, from a roleplay perspective, I don't love keeping our animals indoors 24/7. You're a dead koala. I've literally never heard of a sadder thing than a dead koala. Looks like it was murdered by a lynx. And this is exactly why we want our animals indoors. Oh, that had his legs bit off. That's terrible. It's missing 3 out of 4 legs. Okay, but we will mark it for pickup and harvest. Since it's been dead for a day and a half. I mean, if we don't mark it, then it's just going to turn into a skeleton right in our base. And I don't really want a koala skeleton bringing me down all day, every day. Okay, also, French, do you have the skill required yet for heal root? You do not, so that's a bummer. Anyway, let's think about long-term planning. So what I was thinking originally is that we would wall off this section, which is huge. It's a huge section to wall off. Alternatively, we could wall here and wall here. It might be a little less overall requirements. And then I was thinking what we would do is we would leave kind of this area open. We'd set up like a little area for us to take on threats, because they'd have to come across here, sorry for the loud vehicle, or they'd have to come up here. And I thought, because I didn't want to do a proper kill box, but what I thought was this is narrow enough, we could put a few traps that might hit people occasionally, and then here we would have like a dead man's zone where we would, dead man's land, where we would cut down all the trees so the enemy wouldn't have any cover, and we would be able to take them down in that way. So if we're going to do that, I don't want to build over here. Right? If that's our plan, we don't want to build over here. And I kind of think, I don't know where to put this. But we've been talking too long. I think people get mad when I talk, but I don't play the game. So let's just lay out a large-ish barn. Man, I don't know how big I'm supposed to make this. If we have multiple animals in the future, that does seem a little small, doesn't it? For like for us, like a civilian colonist building, that's pretty like average or even big. If we're going to have large animals like yaks in here, obviously we don't want like a tiny area. This is not odd numbers again, so that's slightly off center. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm bad at this internet. I know all of you young people who are watching this, you all grew up playing Minecraft. You know exactly how to space everything all the time and everything's good. So what we're going to do, we're going to build those walls. We're going to place a fence, a pen marker in the middle here. And then it's a yak. I doubt yaks I have to worry about heating or anything. Like a yak is probably has a huge warm, where we see, okay. So it can live up to 104F, which is crazy because it's a yak. I would not be able to live in 104F. And it's minus 49F, which is crazy cold, and we will never get to those temperatures on this map. So I don't have to worry about heating for a yak. So I don't have to worry about running power down here currently. All we really need, it's going to be too big for a bed, so I can't make like an animal box. So I'll just have to make an animal sleeping spot. And in fact, we can lay out a few in case we want to get other animals in the future. Now, what else do they need? Probably we want some lights in here, but I don't know that I really want to run power down for electric lighting. And then anything else, we're going to need a spot for kibble because we are going to start making kibble for our animals. So we'll just mark this as, actually we have animal feeders now, which look a little bit nicer. So we'll go to furniture, no, storage. Where's storage? Storage. And we're looking for an animal feeder. A hay loft, I assume, is just for hay, which we don't want. Food basket. Where, didn't we research? Didn't we do this in a previous episode? No, we didn't. We didn't unlock the animal feeder. I thought we did. Okay. I don't know if animals can eat out of the other storage options. So I don't necessarily want to do that. So for now, we will just plop down a stockpile zone for kibble. We'll clear everything, and the only thing I want in here is kibble. And highest priority possible. That way they don't leave it in our shed or anything. And then at our butcher table, we will mark to make kibble. And we only have one animal at the moment, so I don't know how much they eat on a regular basis. A yak is not a small animal. Let's say 100. I don't know. So we'll make 100 kibble. Now kibble, it requires both a plant and a meat product. So at this point, we're going to also need to start hunting. Now, unfortunately, again, sardines and French both have the flu. So they're probably not going to get a lot done. Who do we want to hunt here? Probably the deer, because they have like no chance of attacking back, or the llama, or alpaca. But I would actually love to get an alpaca trained because they produce wool, correct? Oh, they don't. Why are you not producing wool? You would expect alpaca fur to be a... Okay, maybe it just doesn't show on wild animals. What else produces something that I can take a look at to verify if it shows up or not? Literally nothing. So boomalope can be harvested for chem fuel, right? So it would say chem fuel? Yeah, so maybe it just doesn't show on wild animals. I don't know. We're going to mark a few deer for harvest. They're all bucks. Oh, okay, the does are down here. All right. So we're going to mark a few of them for harvest, but no one's going to do that at the moment. Okay, sorry, internet. A lot of talking up front here. Oh, man. So I just started editing this series today. I edited the first video, and it's fine, you know, a little not exactly as good as I expected. I did notice some of the panning and stuff is a little choppy. I'm worried people are not going to watch because of that. But ultimately, you're here for my sterling personality, right? You're not here for, you know, for perfection. You're here because I'm mildly entertaining and I'm playing a game you like. So it's 11 o'clock at night, but he slept all day because he was sick. So I'm hoping you're feeling better enough that you can go, oh yeah, you have chronic kidney disease. We'll get you a new kidney at some point. 26% immunity. It's been around... Wait a minute. It expires in 10 hours. So we don't know when it was bandaged, but he's had this for at least part of this day. So I'm going to see what you're going to do next. You're going for a walk. So you're trying to fulfill your recreation. I think he's just going to go back to bed and continue resting, but I'm going to, yeah, you're not going to do that right now. So we're going to mark you as a 4 on bed rest, and I'm going to turn you loose to build this barn because I want to get our yak out of here. There's like no grass in here. I don't know if it's going to start starving or not. And in fact, did I ever mark you for training? Yeah, I think so, is what this means. Yes. So someone should feed you if you start starving. No sardines? Remember when I told you to build this? Remember that? I didn't just... No. See, you're hauling. See how I told you to do this? I really wish there was some mechanism where if you tell them to do something, they will finish doing it instead of wandering off. Like, because his priority is to cook, right? So he keeps wandering off to cook. But we have enough meals that this is not actually a huge deal. So what I'm going to do, make you a 4 in cooking so you focus on construction for right now. And we'll fix that later if that, you know, becomes an issue. But I want to get this barn up and running. Bro, where are you going? You're resting. You have 74% rested. I want you to work. I hate micromanaging because I think it's tedious and it's boring to watch. But we really want to get this done. Where are you going now? Okay, you're just going to get wood. Consuming simple meal. Okay. And French, I also assigned you to construction, at least in some capacity. Colonist needs treatment. Sardines. So, Sienna, if you would tend to sardines. You know, I was thinking, yeah, so the first video I edited a little choppy. Hopefully it looks okay. The other thing I realized is that we have not had a raid yet. We're on day 5, something like that. 10 days since our arrival. We have not had a single raid. We had a mad hedgehog, but we've yet to have an actual raid. So, a little disappointing. I know Sienna is a wimp. We discussed that previously, which means she has a very low threshold for pain, which is bad because it means she'll go unconscious really easily and need rescuing. And we really don't want her to be a melee character if she has such a low threshold for pain. So we'd love to get a raid and get her a ranged weapon. I suppose we could craft her a bow, although we will replace it almost immediately. But why not? We can take a look at what all we have available in terms of crafting. We'll just slap this in here. Why don't we, what can we make right now? Smoke leaf joints, yeah. We do have short bows. We can make really low tier prosthetics. You can make a moose headdress. It increases their shock threshold for pain. That would be good for her, actually. Requires leather we don't have. That'd be good for her because she has such a low threshold for pain. There's some other ones. Coats, axes and stuff. Oh, actually I do know what we should be doing is the hatchet. So we look at a hatchet here. How do I look at the entry? You'll see it gives 33% increase to their plant work speed. Now the thing is, I've installed a mod called sidearms, simple sidearms. And what this means is that every colonist can have a ranged and a melee weapon on them at the same time, or like a rifle and a pistol or whatever. And I think that's really good because some of the tools from the mods that we have, like the hatchet, increase their work speed. So what I could do is give French the pistol, but have that hatchet in her back pocket so that as she's cutting trees and tending to plants, she works faster for having them. So I do think we want to make one of those at some point, although we don't have stones or anything. I mean, why wouldn't we would make it out of steel, right? Because we have a lot of steel. Oh, but we didn't see a lot of steel on the map, so maybe we should hold off on that. We have 596 because we're going to need more electronics, and we haven't really seen anywhere we can get steel. But anyway, let's make her a bow. How do I do this? Do it through this because this looks a lot nicer. Make a short bow. It's just wood. That's all it takes. We'll get someone to do that. I'm not sure who's on crafting. I think she is set to a higher crafting priority than researching. Sardines is going to finish our barn here in the near future. French, at this point, you can help here. You can help haul some of this stuff. A band of thugs sent by Southeast Delevedo call you from nearby. They offer to keep your colony safe from any threats, even the ones potentially caused by them, as long as you pay A fee of 177 silver. Be warned, refusal can anger the thugs. So obviously we're looking at like a bandit clan or something seeking to get protection money from us, which we're going to refuse. The thugs from Southeast Elevido seem happy about you refusing their offer and cut the communication right after assuring you that they cannot guarantee your safety. I don't care, bro. Bring it on. So what that means is we're probably going to get a raid in like the next, I don't know, right now. So, honestly, trees provide more cover than sandbags, right? Do cover effectiveness? No, they don't. Okay. Oh, but we don't have leather. Sandbags take leather now. Bird skin, guinea pig. We have enough for like 3 sandbags. That's pretty bad. So instead, what kind of cover do walls give? Cover, 75%. Higher percentage blocks more shots. Okay, so what we're going to do for now is build, like, I don't know, 3 walls. They're not evenly spaced, and that's gonna bother me. So build copy right here. And sardines, if you could kindly fix those. No, don't equip the wood. Don't do that. Why would you equip wood? I didn't even know that was an option. Okay, stop what you're doing. What are you doing? Hauling wood to wall. Why can't I click this? Okay. Just make these walls, please. Why can't I right-click these? Oh, because he already does all 3? Okay, so, assuming they come from the south, we will post up here, and we will, you know, get some shots in. This provides better cover than sandbags, and we didn't have the materials for them. Okay. Alright. What are you up to, Internet? Oh, how are things going with you? Man, I think I stretch a lot. Have you noticed that? I stretch on the mic too much? What are you up to, Internet? What's your life been like? You having a good time? Actually, you know, statistically, you're watching this on YouTube. Statistically, most people are watching on mobile when they watch YouTube. And you know what that means, you know? Like, I know what you're doing right now. And it's disgusting, and you should stop it. That's so inappropriate. No, you know, statistically, people watch on mobile, and what that means is that some of you are watching this while you're pooping. Like, that's just a fact. Like, don't get mad at me. I'm not gross. I don't, you know, necessarily want to talk about it. But just like from a statistics perspective, it's very likely that some of you are using the facilities right now. And, you know, hey, no judgment. You're going to do you. It is what it is. Everybody poops. As far as I think I read a book about that once. Everybody poops. And it is what it is, you know. I'm not going to tell you you can't do it. And, yeah, and so the whole point of this section here that I'm making jokes about it is specifically to make you uncomfortable if you're currently on the toilet. So this part of the video goes out to those of you who are poop. This one goes out to the poopers. Like, that's what this video is for. French spoke negatively of Sardine's brain power, so you called him stupid. Are you being rebuffed again, by the way? Rebuffed by Sienna? Yeah, like I said, men don't do super well in this game, in my experience. Sardines told a joke about practicing with bombs to French. Sardines talked about entertainment with French. Okay, so you're all having a nice little totally normal chat about explosives and stupidity. Sardines, if you could, you know, build this corner. I kind of hate that. So anyway, waiting on a raid. I guess we should build some walls over here in case they come from a different direction. So we can just lay out some walls here. And I do have a mod as well that turns off friendly fire. Or rather, they will not fire if there's a chance they would hit a teammate. So we may have to enable and disable that tactically as we do. Oh yes, and I have achievements. That's right, I have a mod that adds achievements to the game. So we got an achievement. This is where the fun begins. Get raided for the first time. So it's probably literally one guy with like a stick. Probably not any real danger. Steppen Indigo has a revolver, and he's attacking my refrigerator. Wow, you have a revolver this early in the game? I really expected you to be like a tribes person. I actually don't think I have tribe factions. I think I disabled all the tribes now that I'm thinking about it. Who's nearby? What is this? Relonum. No, but what kind of faction are you? A base of one of the factions. Yeah, but you're not a tribe. Okay, here's a tribe. We have an empire. We have raiders. And we have a tribe. Okay, so there are tribes. So you have a revolver already, huh? And a 10 shooting skill. That it's not going to be great for me. Bloodlust, tough, and kind. Okay. I don't know how to properly handle you. And you did spawn on the left. Are you attacking immediately? Where's my log thing? Messages. They're attacking immediately. So we don't have time to build the walls. Okay, so he's heading for our fridge. Our fridge is this, right? Single refrigerator. So I tell you what, we're gonna need to see, first of all, draft everybody. I do see some of you are wearing flat gear. I forgot to assign you flat gear. Okay. So it's gonna depend which direction Steppen comes from. Looks like he's gonna head north here. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have a revolver, we have a rifle, and we have a knife. Okay, so we'll send Sienna inside to flank. We'll put French. Oh, man. We want him. Okay. He's going to come this way. He's heading to our fridge. So if we start shooting from here, he's going to end up retreating into cover and taking shots, which we don't necessarily want. So instead, French, why don't you pop in here? Sienna, why don't you pop in here? And Sardines, you can post up back here. That way, you know, I really don't know. I'm not very good at this. I don't usually micromanage raids. Usually I just post everybody up at a wall, but we did not really prepare for this. Okay, so what I'm expecting, you're going to come up here. Sardines is going to start taking shots. You might fall back into cover. Sienna's going to pop out and stab you, and French will come out guns blazing. How's that sound? How does that sound? You're heading south. Okay, Sardines over here. French. You know, I don't know what to do. Sienna, rush him. French, pop out and start shooting. Okay, they did pop Sienna. Again, she's our weakest. She'll go down very quickly. She did take a gunshot to the arm. Shank him. And they stopped firing because of friendly fire. You know what, Sardines? I trust you to make those shots. And I think French here, I want you to go into melee. And we'll beat him down. Sienna is down, which is bad. Again, that's her pain threshold being really low, which is terrible. And we're just gonna bludgeon. Please don't shoot French like that. Come on. I'm hoping, too, with melee, we can down him instead of killing him. He's sweaty, of course. I mean, who isn't sweaty? Although I don't know how I feel about bloodlust. Very likely to start a social fight. Okay, Sardines, you did clip him. Sorry, I got a little gravelly throat. Sardines, if you would kindly go melee him now. Just go down, man. I mean, look at all his injuries. And French is getting banged up, too. Bludgeon him. Like, we had a 3 colonist advantage. This should not be going this poorly. Sienna is like the weakling thing is really frustrating that she goes down so quickly. Okay, he's down. Undraft everyone. Unforbid everything. Sienna needs rescuing despite being in no danger whatsoever, which is annoying. Okay, Steppen. What's your deal, bro? What are you good at? Research, art, melee, and shooting. So not much of anything that I actually want. The bloodlust thing worries me. Because he's going to get into social fights. He's tough, much less damage. Oh, that's why he was so hard to hurt. It decreased his incoming damage by 50%. Likes to be near a mountain. We do have mountains. We have mountains in spades. We have kind, exceptionally agreeable. Never insults, will sometimes offer kind words. Doesn't that conflict with the bloodlust? I really don't want someone... The social fights thing, I know probably people who play a lot are telling me like, oh, it's not a big deal. Social fights are not a big deal. I kind of feel like they are. I have had them come up a lot in previous playthroughs, and once we would recruit him, we wouldn't be able to easily get rid of him. So if it became a problem later, we couldn't deal with it. So what I think we're going to do, I think I'm just going to release you. We're going to put a prisoner sleeping spot in here so that we can take him prisoner. He's going to be super mad about his confinement because this is a terrible room that we're not going to be able to really do anything about. We're going to mark that for prisoners, of course. For prisoners. Sardines, capture Stepan, the policeman. We definitely will take his clothes as well. French, please stop consuming simple meals. You know what? I'm not going to rescue Sienna. It's ridiculous that she went down this way. God, yes I am. Rescue Sienna. Okay. It's so annoying because in the future we cannot have her be in combat because she's our doctor. And if she goes down from being in combat, she can't heal our other units. Like Stepan might die because Sienna is down and has to recover before she can get up and go help treat people's wounds. Please haul the knife inside. And French, please haul the firearm inside. Reserved by Sardines. No. Haul the revolver. No Sardines, damn it. Go haul the knife. Stepan is suddenly able to walk, but Sienna is not, which is ludicrous. Sienna cannot walk. I hate that trait. We're going to get her some clothes or something to increase her pain threshold. Like, it's just absurd. Because now all of our people are going to bed with untreated injuries. And Stepan could very likely bleed out before we get Sienna walking again. So that's terrible. You know what? We need to call the episode. My little golf club sound alarm went off telling me that we're over time. So everybody, thank you for watching. We will address these problems in the next episode. We had... That didn't go well. I'm a little disappointed in how that went, but I'm continually disappointed in myself. That's pretty standard stuff. Everybody, for now, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe hit that like button. Really helps me out. Of course, put the video out there for more people to watch. And yeah, I'll be back in the next episode with more of our Rimworld French People series. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.